Hey guys, Hermeet here with another video on Aurora HDR 2019. Aurora HDR is one of my favorite softwares for processing HDR images, and they've just released another update. That's the 2019 version. In this video I'm going to take a drone image and I'm going to load it up and edit in Aurora HDR 2019 as well as in 2018, and then we're going to compare the results and see how 2019 is better than its predecessor Aurora HDR 2018. So let's get to it.
So this is one of the drone images that I have edited in the past, so I wanted to compare essentially what the quality difference would be if I was to re-edit them together with almost identical settings in Aurora HDR 2019 versus Aurora HDR 2018. So on the right hand side here you can compare the settings if you want, so I will slide that down so you can see the settings. Essentially I have just kept the numbers identical in both of them. So this is Aurora 2019, and then let's swap over to Aurora 2018, and that's the same settings here, essentially with all the different sliders available that are identical between the two. So now that they are identical, let's take a look at the. So now that they are identical, let's look at the image itself. Here you can see there's a lot of artifacts here in this area up here, which I used to get before as well with Aurora HDR, and you would have to do some additional post-processing to clean these up and have a nice clean result, because otherwise they look like noise. I'm not sure if this is a noise, but just general artifacts as a result of HDR processing on this image. This has completely gone in Aurora 2019. As you can see, all of this area is pretty much clean, maybe a couple of artifacts if you want to be picky, and up here as well it's pretty clean. The other thing you notice that the detail here in the clouds is very well preserved and recovered. This is a single exposure DNG image. Here you can see there's a lot of areas which are still overexposed with minimal detail, but in this 2019 version that is a lot better. So those are the two things that I find are much better in Aurora 2019. The HDR processing, reduced number of artifacts, and obviously the highlight recovery is much better. The other difference that I noticed in Aurora HDR 2019 and 2018 is that in 2019 version the image looks a lot more natural. The colors are very well balanced when the HDR is created. The only thing I've done to enhance the colors is a little bit of saturation, a little bit of vibrance, and color contrast. This is the same settings that I've applied in 2018 as well. But in 2018 it looks a little bit on the high side, on the oversaturated. Now I guess from a color perspective that is very subjective, so you may agree or you may not agree with me. But I find that now in 2019, of course, the colors are a lot more natural. Of course, if you want to increase that, you can just crank up the saturation and vibrance and color contrast, and then you can add more color to it. But I find that the standard process obviously keeps the colors well balanced within the image, not making it too obvious that this is a HDR image.
Alright, there you go. So that's Aurora 2019 and how good it is in processing drone images and clearing out any artifacts and so forth. It handles them much better than its previous version, so I'm super excited about that. I think I'll go back and re-edit some of my drone images that I have edited in the past and post them up on my social channels. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Follow the links down below if you want to pre-order Aurora HDR, or depending on when you're watching it, you could use the link down below to download a trial as well. So that's it for me. I'll see you soon in another video. Cheers. Bye.